Hi, people. This your boy, Matt Mike, and it's just a quick recap of the Falcons Patriots game. And to say the least, man, this game was absolutely horrid for Falcons fans all over the place. The offense was despicable, to say the least. They couldn't get anything done in the red zone. They was 1 for 4 in the red zone. One pass was to Julio Jones, who pretty much snagged an interception out of the hand of Malcolm Butler. But besides that, third down, they were 2 and 9. I mean, the game was just absolutely terrible. You had Steve Sarkisian with one of the worst calls I've ever seen in my life. What a jet sweep. This fourth and goal on the goal line was, against a Bill Belichick coach defense. And you dial up a jet sweep to a 160-pound wide receiver in Taylor Gabriel. You have Julio Jones, you have Mohamed Sanu, Austin Hooper, Tevin Coleman, and Devontae Freeman. And you dial up a jet sweep to Taylor Gabriel. Just one of the worst calls I've ever seen in my life. But that's not it. I thought Dan Quinn didn't do a good job of putting his team in a position where they could win that game. It was fourth down, like 6 or 7 to go, and Dan Quinn decides he wants to go for it. In that situation, it was just the wrong. I think it was like 17-0. And, the Falcons still were in the game, not by much, especially how the offense was going. But Dan Quinn decided he wanted to go. And it was just, you can't decide you want to go for it on fourth down at midfield with a quarterback like Tom Brady. You cannot give him half the field in that situation while you already down. And that decision right there was one of the killers. One of the reasons why I thought the Falcons all night long, the coaching decisions on Dan Quinn's part, on Steve Sarkisian's part, and man, people they just want Sarkisian's head. And I don't blame him, but I also do not blame, Sarkisian for everything. Matt Ryan has not looked good all year with the deep ball. They're not connecting. The offensive line, they can't protect Matt Ryan. He just looks so uncomfortable. The right guard choice to have, Ben Garland and Wes Weischer come in, to be the right starter. It just seemed like it's been a nightmare. Defensively, they couldn't stop anything. They couldn't do. They got a little bit more pressure with Vic Beasley back, and but for the most part, the Falcons played a pretty good, decent defensive game. It's just one of those things where if you can't score any points or put pressure on Tom Brady to come and to do what he did in the Super Bowl and come back in the fourth quarter to make put some pressure on him, to make plays. And the Falcons offense, they never forced Tom Brady to make plays. All they did was run the ball. The Falcons couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the little short passing game with the Patriots. Key penalties from Adrian Claiborne and a roughing the passer on Tom Brady, what I thought was absolute bull crap. But things just are not going right for the Falcons. But when you have your offense struggling the way it is, and you have a defense that is built to play with the lead, you have to score. And right now, the offensive unit is just not scoring. Matt Ryan is not himself. His timing is off. It's just, his confidence is not there. The offensive line is playing poorly. You're not giving the ball to Julio Jones. I mean, Julio Jones got 9 catches, but 3 of those, 3 of those were pretty much through the first 3 quarters of the game, 6 with the last, the fourth quarter in garbage time. And you got to do a better job of getting Julio Jones involved. He's the number 1 receiver, the best receiver in the game, and him to have, 3 targets in the first couple quarters of a game is just unacceptable. Sarkisian, Matt Ryan, y'all have to get stuff together, figure out what's going on. I mean, you can't have that. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones are a hell of a tandem, and you cannot have Julio Jones with 3 catches, 0 touchdown for the most part in 6 games. That's unacceptable. Dan Quinn has to tell Sarkisian and Matt Ryan to get this thing together, call some plays early in the game for Matt Ryan, for Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. This thing has to get going and not connecting on the deep ball. Matt Ryan is jittery. He doesn't seem to have that confidence he normally has, but all things it's gonna get better, man. This offense is too much. They have too much talented receivers, backs. They have talent all the way around. But if they don't get things going with Julio Jones, get him involved earlier, it's going to be a long season. But I fully expect them to bounce back. But let me know what you guys think, man. I'm at a loss for words how poorly this offense has played. But, this is only week 7, week 6, going to the 7th week of the season. Falcons still have a lot they still have a lot of games to get things rectified and get everything going well. But right now, it's just a mess, man. But I fully expect the Falcons to be, to get where they were last year, and that's one of the top offenses of the league. So let me know, man. Let me know what your guys think, man. Boy, man, Mike is out in peace. I'm gone, baby.